What's going on, guys? So I wanted to talk to you guys about a topic which some people deem is controversial. I don't know how that can be the case. I think it's just a normal conversation, but you know, the internet's going to internet. But what I'm talking about is piping in crowd noises. Does that make the experience for people at home better, or does it make it worse? And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's been a lot of articles dropping left and right today talking about WWE heavily piping in crowd noises at their live events. And one of the examples they've been using is the altercation between Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes this past Monday during the triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship tournament, when Brock Lesnar dragged Cody Rhodes out of the ring, grabbed him by his head and said, "What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about me. Look at my face. Look at my eyes. Are they pretty? Let's talk about," he was just going crazy. And apparently the entire time that crowd there was heavily piped in. In fact, I saw someone comment under one of my videos. They said they were actually at that event and was almost dead silent, believe it or not, when all of that was happening. So that noise you heard on TV was nowhere near what was going on there in real life. And I want to throw another situation in there as well. The moment where Trish Stratus was giving a heel promo explaining why she attacked Becky Lynch. I remember that they piped in crowd noises for there, and it was audibly clear that those boos were completely fake. You didn't even have to know that people actually like Trish Stratus to know that those boos are fake. You can audibly hear it, but I will get into that a little bit later. So if you ask me if piping in crowd noises are bad or good for the experience for people at home, I would have to say that it's very subjective to the person. For me, piping in crowd noises doesn't bother me as much because, you know, when you're watching WWE, it's not an indie show. If you're watching an indie show on TV, you're not expecting a lot of crowd noises and crowd participation. But with WWE, with them as a business trying to present this as a premium event, as the biggest show, as the biggest promotion in the world, they have to make the experience seem like it's more exciting than what it is. And I know it's disingenuous, and I know it's kind of messed up because I grew up during the Attitude Era. I grew up in the Golden Era, and we didn't need that. The crowd would just go crazy. And I don't know if they had the technology back then during like the Golden Era or the Attitude Era, but they definitely didn't need it. The crowd was really into it. But I think WWE understands that crowd participation can change the perspective of the person watching it from home. Like, someone can watch an amazing match on TV, and if they don't hear crowd participation and people going crazy, then they can think this is the worst match ever. And they can see literally the worst match ever, and they hear a crowd going crazy, then to them, they're like, this match is one of the best matches of the year. You know, crowd participation can change somebody's perspective on a wrestling match. I mean, you know, crowd participation definitely makes things 10 times better. We just saw that amazing crowd in Puerto Rico. Even though we had some good matches there, they elevated that experience 10 times more. In fact, there's other sports like the USFL, the XFL that actually utilize piped in crowd noises, because when they're quiet, you don't really, it just doesn't feel as exciting. It doesn't, you know, it takes away from the entertainment. It makes the people at home feel like that it's not worth watching. And obviously the E in WWE is for entertainment, so they kind of have to do it. Now here's the caveat. It depends on how they pipe it in, okay? If they can pipe it in where it's not that noticeable, and the only way I can know is if somebody who actually was at the event will have to tell me, hey, I was at the event, it did not sound like that, then fine. I'm okay with it. I grew up in the 90s where I was watching sitcoms where they piped in laugh and stuff like that. I get it, because some people need to know when to laugh, and et cetera, and et cetera. But if they have it like they did with Trish Stratus, if they do that again, that is not good. Because with Trish Stratus, it was so clear that those boos are so piped in. It just sounded like they were recording the video live, and they took some boo MP3s and just stacked them on top of each other and amplified them up to the top. Like, they didn't even normalize it to where it sounded like the boos were in the actual arena. Like, it just sounded like it didn't make any, it sounded like somebody was playing two different TV shows at the same time, and it just so happened that they clashed. That's how it sounded. If they do it like that, then no, don't do it at all. Just let the crowd be quiet, because if you're a billion-dollar company like WWE, there's no reason why it should sound like that. You guys got so much money invested into you guys. Why do the boos sound like that? And I get that it's a one situation thing. I get all that. I'm not trying to rip WWE and make it sound like, oh, it's a terrible promotion because they did that. All I'm saying is that if you're going to pipe those sounds in, if you're going to pipe in the crowd noises, don't let it sound like it did for Trish Stratus. Please let it be at the point to where I don't know that it's happening unless someone comes around from that live show and tell me that it did not sound like that in real life as it did on TV. And I'm a happy camper. I don't really care at the end of the day. But again, WWE, you have to get that sound done properly. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be nitpicking and trying to find where they're piping in crowd noises. I mean, that's what I guess the wrestling fandom does, whether it's AEW versus WWE or vice versa, or whatever the case may be. That's fine. You can't control that. Those people are going to be that way anyways. But for me, I don't want to know, you know, I'm okay. Ignorance is bliss at this point. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of bliss, we need to know where Alexa Bliss is. But anyways, let me know in the comment section. Do you agree or disagree with me, and what's your stance on it? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this entire thing. You know, I'm not like standing hard on this. I'm not 10 toes deep onto my side of it. You know, like I said, it's all subjective. So does it help the experience for you? If done right, does it make it worse? If, you know, just let me know. Let's talk about it in the comments. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching this video. Salute, peace, have a good day.